Hello, dear ones. I'm Beatrice, 75 years of age, with a voice that's seen more laughter and tears than most, each wrinkle a testament to joys and heartaches endured. Today I share a story of pride wounded, betrayal that cut deep, and the sweet, bittersweet taste of karma that brought both pain and healing. It's about how a simple comment unraveled a web of lies, exposing vulnerabilities I never knew existed, and how family triumphs over deceit, weaving stronger bonds from the threads of sorrow. Pull up a chair. This one has twists that'll keep you on the edge, stirring your heart as it did mine. It was high summer, the air thick with the scent of blooming jasmine and the sizzle of barbecue on the grill. A day meant for joy, but shadowed by underlying tensions. Our annual family reunion at the lake house was in full swing, a tradition started by my late husband, Robert, 40 years ago, when he bought the property as a retreat from city life, a place where our love blossomed amid the waves. The house, a rambling wooden structure with a wraparound porch overlooking the shimmering lake, had hosted generations of laughter, arguments, and reconciliations, each memory a layer in my heart's tapestry. This year was no different. Relatives from near and far gathered, including my son Jack, his wife Sophia, their two children, 8-year-old Mia and 6-year-old Ethan, and a gaggle of cousins, aunts, and uncles, their presence a balm to my lonely soul. I had donned my favorite floral dress for the occasion, hand-stitched in the 1960s from fabric I bought on our honeymoon in Paris, its threads holding the essence of Robert's loving gaze. Its colors had faded from vibrant pinks and blues to soft pastels, but the memories it held were vivid. Wearing it to Jack's birth in 1975, a moment of overwhelming love and exhaustion, his high school graduation, pride swelling in my chest, and Robert's retirement party, where we danced under the stars, his arms my safe haven. It was comfortable, flowing over my figure that had softened with age and childbearing, and I paired it with simple pearl earrings, a gift from Robert on our 50th anniversary, each pearl a symbol of our enduring bond. Wearing it, I felt connected to him, a quiet comfort amid the grief that still gripped me. Sophia, ever the picture of modern elegance, arrived in a designer sundress, silk, knee-length, with a price tag I could only guess at, and matching pearls that screamed luxury, her appearance a stark contrast to my humble attire. She was 38, with perfectly highlighted blonde hair and a figure maintained by yoga classes and green juices, her poise masking a sharpness that often left me feeling inadequate. Jack, my only child, adored her. They'd met at a corporate event 12 years ago, and she swept him off his feet with her sophistication, though I sensed a hollowness in her charm that unsettled me. As I helped set the picnic tables on the lawn, laden with potato salad, grilled chicken, and Aunt Mary's famous coleslaw, recipes passed down with love, Sophia leaned in with a smirk that twisted my gut. "Beatrice, that dress is so quaint, like something from a garage sale. Don't you have anything more current? This is a reunion, not a vintage fair." Her laugh was light, tinkling like wind chimes, but the words stung like a slap, echoed by snickers from her city friends she'd invited, sleek women in high heels unsuited for the grass. The mockery hit deep, stirring a wave of insecurity and anger, reminding me of times I'd felt diminished, my eyes stinging with unshed tears. I smiled politely, smoothing the fabric with trembling hands, my voice steady but my heart aching from the wound. Inside I seethed, the pain of dismissal compounding my grief for Robert, who would have defended me with gentle humor. Jack, busy manning the grill, didn't hear, but my sister Gladys shot me a sympathetic glance, her hug later a silent comfort that brought me to the verge of tears. The day progressed with the usual reunion activities, sack races for the kids, where Mia won a ribbon, her triumphant smile filling me with joy, horseshoes for the adults, with Uncle Ted claiming victory as always, his boasts lightening the mood, and swimming in the lake, the cool and inviting water under the sun, splashing laughter masking my inner turmoil. Stories flowed around the fire pit as evening fell. Tales of Robert's fishing exploits, Jack's childhood mischief, and family legends passed down like heirlooms, each one evoking a mix of nostalgia and sorrow. But as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in oranges and pinks that mirrored my mixed emotions, a stranger arrived, disrupting the harmony with a presence that sent my heart racing. He was a man in his 40s, dressed in a crumpled suit, carrying a briefcase, and looking out of place among the casual crowd. He scanned the group, his eyes locking on Sophia. "I'm looking for Sophia Thompson, or should I say Sarah Klein," he said loudly, his voice cutting through the chatter like a knife, igniting a spark of curiosity and dread. Sophia's face drained of color, her wine glass trembling in her hand, her usual composure cracking like fragile glass. "She got the wrong person. He's lying," she snapped, her voice pitching higher with panic that I felt in my own chest. "Greg Klein, your ex-husband," he replied calmly, pulling out a stack of papers from his briefcase, his tone matter-of-fact but edged with bitterness that hinted at his own pain. The family fell silent, all eyes on the unfolding drama, my heart pounding with a mix of shock and vindication. Greg explained, revealing that Sophia, or rather Sarah, had faked her death in a car accident 15 years ago to escape a mountain of debts from a failed pyramid scheme she'd run in her early 20s, a revelation that left me gasping, my mind reeling from the deception. Jack, my poor boy, looked like he'd been punched in the gut, his face paling as the love he held shattered. He set down his beer, his voice breaking with raw emotion. "Sophia, is this true?" the hurt in his eyes mirroring the betrayal I felt for him. She stammered denials at first, her friends exchanging uneasy glances, her facade crumbling as tears welled. "It's a mistake. He's lying." But Greg produced irrefutable evidence, original birth certificates, court judgments from her old life, marriage license to him, and even photos, young Sarah with dark hair, but the same sharp features, each item a blow to our trust. He'd tracked her down after seeing a social media post from the reunion, tagged with her face by one of her friends, his quest driven by years of unresolved grief. Chaos erupted like a storm, emotions swirling in a torrent. Sophia fled to the house, packing her designer bags in a frenzy, heels clicking on the wooden floors, her sobs audible. Jack followed her to the room, confronting her amid shouts that carried to the porch, his voice cracking with anguish. "How could you lie about everything? Our life, our children. Was it all fake?" The children, sensing the tension, clung to me, Mia asking, "Why is Mommy crying, Grandma?" Her innocent question piercing my heart, tears flowing as I held them close. The family rallied around Jack, aunts hugging the kids with tender care, cousins offering words of support, laced with empathy, Gladys brewing tea for everyone as we processed the shock.
I took charge, my years of organizing school events kicking in amid the emotional chaos, calling a family lawyer friend, Mr. Benson, who advised over the phone, "Get her out, secure the accounts, file for annulment on grounds of fraud," his words an anchor in the storm. Sophia left that night, tires screeching on the gravel drive, her friends trailing in their luxury cars, leaving a void filled with heartache. Jack sat on the porch with me, head in hands, as stars twinkled above, his tears falling freely. "Mom, how did I not see it?" he whispered, his vulnerability breaking my heart anew. "You loved her, son. Love blinds us sometimes," I replied, patting his back, my own voice thick with emotion, as we talked late into the night, reminiscing about Robert.
Who would have known what to say? With his quiet wisdom, the memories bringing both comfort and fresh grief. The weeks following were a storm of legal and emotional turmoil, each day a battle against despair. Jack filed for annulment at the courthouse, the judge raising eyebrows at the story, and investigations by private detectives hired with family-pooled funds revealed Sophia had been siphoning money from their joint accounts, small amounts at first, then larger, to pay off old creditors secretly, each discovery a fresh wound to Jack's trust. She'd even taken out loans in Jack's name, forging his signature, the deceit deepening his pain. The kids, confused but resilient, stayed with me at the lake house while Jack sorted the mess, our time together a mix of joy and sorrow. Baking pies with fresh berries from the woods, their giggles alight in the darkness. Fishing off the dock where Robert taught Jack. Stories of Grandpa bringing tears and smiles. And bedtime sessions where I shared tales of my own youth, growing up on a farm during the Depression, learning resilience from my parents, lessons that now fortified us. I helped as best an old woman could, cooking comfort food like Robert's favorite meatloaf, the aroma evoking memories that warmed and hurt, reading bedtime stories to the grandkids, their sleepy hugs a salve, and sharing wisdom with Jack. "Son, love should build, not hide. You'll find someone who values the real you," I told him one night over hot cocoa by the fire, our tears mingling in shared vulnerability. The court ruled in Jack's favor 6 months later, awarding him full custody and freezing Sophia's assets, a victory bittersweet as justice mingled with loss. She faced charges for identity fraud and theft, eventually pleading guilty to avoid jail, sentenced to probation, community service, and full restitution, paying back every penny. Her remorse in court letters stirring conflicted pity in me. Life healed slowly, like a wound knitting together with tender care. Jack threw himself into work as an engineer, but made time for therapy, both alone and with the kids, unpacking the layers of betrayal. He met Emily, a kind-hearted teacher at Mia's school at a parent-teacher conference. She was 35, with warm brown eyes and a laugh that filled rooms. Her gentleness, a contrast to Sophia's sharpness. They dated cautiously, and a year later married in a small ceremony at the lake house, the vows exchanged with tears of joy. I gifted Emily my old floral dress as a symbol of enduring love, and she wore it for family photos, calling it timeless beauty, her words healing the wound from Sophia's mockery. The reunion that year was joyous, with Emily fitting in seamlessly,
No snide comments, just genuine warmth that filled my heart. As for me, I started journaling these family tales, perhaps for a book one day to pass down, the writing a catharsis from my emotions. Sophia's mockery backfired spectacularly, teaching us all that secrets crumble under truth's weight. But family endures, like the lake house, standing strong against time, mended by love's resilient threads. Remember, dears, judge not the cover. The story inside might surprise you. And always wear your history with pride. It might just save the day, healing the heart along the way.